Disney Cruise Line has officially announced the fall 2019 cruise line itineraries, and some of them look rather interesting. Now in this video I'm not going to go over every single one of the new itineraries, otherwise it would go on forever and ever, but you can find a link in the description of this video which will list them all out for you. Disney Cruise Line officially announced a lot of different itineraries. You've got the very maritime Bahamian cruise from Miami, you've got all sorts of Mediterranean cruises, you have the Halloween on the high seas, 7-night Bahamian cruises which are a lot of fun, but one cruise that really sticks out to me, that really looks unique, is the double dip Castaway Cay day from one day immediately to the next. So you have one day at Castaway Cay and then the very next day is Castaway Cay again. Now I have a feeling that in our Disney family there are some who have already been on double dip Disney cruises and they are absolutely magical. When I went on our last Disney cruise, it wasn't supposed to be a double dip, but it turned into one because they had to cancel one of the ports, and I have to tell you, I'm still super happy about that decision.
David and I are getting all checked in. We're really excited. We're about to meet Captain Mickey or Minnie and our work group 15, so we'll be there in a minute, but there has been an itinerary change. Take a look. We are no longer going to St. Martin due to weather, and that means that all the excursions for St. Martin, that's Mystery One, was at St. Martin, is no longer happening. Instead, are you ready for this? Instead, we're going to, Dave, you want to tell them?
Castaway Cay?
We're going to Castaway Cay twice. 2 times on this cruise. Cannot tell you how happy I am with that. We'll go to St. Martin some other time, but it's a 2-time Castaway Cay adventure. 2-stop Castaway Cay adventure. Beyond excited.
There is no doubt that 2 stops to Castaway Cay is magical, and I highly recommend the double dip if you can go for that. But what's really unique about this itinerary is 2019 Disney Wonder 7-night Very Merry Bahamian Cruise from Galveston, Texas, 2 stops to Castaway Cay. Sounds pretty standard, but then you look at the itinerary and day 4 and day 5 go to Castaway Cay. So you're not just going, the beginning of the trip and closer to the end of the trip, you're going one day and then the next day, and it brings up an idea that I wanted to share with you. It's my understanding that for this kind of 2-day Castaway Cay adventure, guests would be required to get back on the ship, and then the ship would probably leave Castaway Cay, kind of make a circle or go out at sea for a little bit, and then come right back in the morning, the very next morning. That's my understanding. They may have it set up differently, I don't know, but that's my understanding of how they're going to do it. The question that I bring up to you and has been going through my head after I read about this: will there ever be a point where Disney will decide to stay overnight at one of their private islands? Now you may recognize that I'm saying it kind of in the plural just because I'm thinking already how they might be having another island in the works, and you can find more about that in this video right there, talking about this rumored second island that might be coming. Let's say this next island, they owned it and they could stay there as long as they wanted, and maybe there's no requirement to leave at night. I don't know the laws around it, but let's say they did have that, a second island where they could stay. Is there a possibility that they would stay overnight right there and you could actually stay on the island? Maybe you go to sleep inside the ship. I can understand that there's no lodging on the island, but you could stay on the beach for as long as you want and capture the sunset on Disney's private island. I need to reiterate right now that is not how they do it right now, but what if they did? Wouldn't that be a dream come true? Like, sit back, in one of those chairs and just watch the sunset right there on Castaway Cay or any other Disney private island. I can only imagine how magical that would be. Now, I'm not sure if there's some law that would prevent that and they wouldn't be able to stay overnight. I'm not too sure about that, but just imagine for a moment if that was possible. If it was, and if Disney did an itinerary like that where they stayed overnight on their island, and you can't sleep on the beach, but you can sleep in the ship and get off whenever you want and go walking at 2 in the morning if you really wanted to. Just an idea. Would you be interested in that? Or do you feel like it's not really worth it? Maybe the price increase that it would be for that kind of cruise wouldn't be worth the price at all, and you'd rather just have the double dip? Let me know your thoughts in the poll right there and in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for being a part of the magic with me. Until next time, have a magical day.